Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of the Final Down NFL podcast with me, Jim, Punk Raider and Denver Dave. We're talking about the NFL and boys. How are we doing?
Mediocre to well, I would say.
Oh, that comes on the win as well.
Yeah.
Santa's coming. Santa's coming.
And the NFL are going to ruin our Christmas week as well. All
Why?
these games come in thick and fast through the Christmas period.
I'll tell you how they ruin it. They're making me watch the bloody Steelers on Christmas Day. That's how they're ruining it.
No. That's the best bit of Christmas Day.
God, I
We've got to get through
I don't
week
want to be
16.
at Christmas in your house if that's the best thing of the day.
Absolutely is. We're going to go through the week 16 picks. Before we do that, though, before we go through and decide who's going to win these games coming up, we just need to have a quick look back at week 15 and the wrong uns for that week. There was only one game where all five of us got it wrong. Thank you very much, Ethan, coming on for the people. Eagles fan, damn you. But yeah, the Panthers was the wrong pick for us. The Cowboys won that, but none of us picked the Cowboys. So no points there. There were two games where four of us got it wrong. The Bills-Lions. So all four of us apart from Finn.
I mean, to be fair,
Got that
does feel like a game where no one loses.
I think we should deduct
we still
points
did
from
lose.
Finn on that one.
Why?
Because he's not here.
Well, that's true.
That's the only reason. There's nothing else other than that.
I'll look into it. I'll check the bylaws.
Absence points.
Check the bylaws on that one.
The other four-game loss was the Chargers-Buccaneers. Everyone but me picked the Chargers.
I think you should be deducted points on that one as well.
Definitely.
Not only
And
do
you
I not
doubled
get
down.
deducted
Yeah.
points, I doubled down on the Bucks, and you doubled down on the Chargers, Dave.
Yeah,
So
I'm an idiot. What do you
no
want from
double
me?
point for you. There was one game where three of us got it wrong. Seahawks-Packers. Punk, Dave, and Finn picked the Seahawks. Ethan doubled down on the Packers, and then you two browbeat Finn into doubling down on the Seahawks, as it's his own team.
We did
No,
not
so he didn't
browbeat
get
him
everyone
at
there.
all. How
Man.
dare you?
You absolutely. I mean, I was
No,
about
we
to
didn't.
phone the police. It was an absolute assault.
Abuse of a minor.
An absolute assault on a minor. One game where two of us got it wrong. The Texans-Dolphins. Dave and Finn both went for the Dolphins there. Me, Punk, and Ethan went for the Texans.
I don't know
quite
why I
wisely.
went for the Dolphins. It seems
No,
like a
I don't.
stupid thing to do. No, I do remember why, because the Texans have been rubbish for a couple of games and the Dolphins have
True.
done all right.
Yeah, but they didn't.
Well,
in
I'm
that
not going for them this week.
game.
We'll
Spoiler
see.
alert. And there were two island games. The first one, Steelers-Eagles. Dave, you went for the Steelers. Thank you very much. It warms my heart that you trust in my boys. Unfortunately, you weren't correct on this one occasion. And the Falcons-Raiders. Ethan for the people picking the Raiders, and then the turncoat up there of Punk Raider doubling down. I mean, I hope you feel pleased with yourself.
Absolutely.
I think that was the reason that Max Crosby's got surgery on Monday, is for that.
Yeah, we knew Max was getting shut down.
Absolute
One of them, isn't it?
Judas. That's what you are.
I mean, he's abandoned his team through half the
For the
season.
pleasure.
Yeah, no, you certainly aren't. At the end of all that, it means, Dave,
I
you
had a
went
bad
10 and
week.
6, mate.
Not
10
11,
and
10.
6. Not 11. No, what? Not 11 and 5. You went 10 and 6.
Yeah.
Next up then was Finn, who went 12 and 4. No double downs for either of you. And then it was a draw for second place. Punk and Ethan, 13 and 4 with the double downs coming in. Congratulations, boys. But there can only be one winner.
Oh,
And
shut up.
15 and 2 with my double down.
God.
Win the week.
I can't wait for next season just so that you're starting on zero again. So we
Yeah,
don't
it's
have
the
to
only
listen
chance of
to
you
this
catching me.
every single week.
It means in the Podverse the People competition that
Unbearable.
I am currently on 170 points. Dave, you and Finn are tied in second place, 162 points now. So you've lost your second place.
No, I'm still second.
Well, you're now joint second.
So I'm still second.
Still second.
Punk on 154, and
He's in
the
third.
people are now on 145. So you guys stay as you were. There we go. So
To
that
be
is the
fair,
Podverse the People.
The
right
people
now.
in the past couple of weeks have been up. Ethan and who was it before that? Angus, wasn't
Billy
it?
Sy.
Billy Sy and Angus. They've
And
been
Angus.
all right. It's them degenerates at the beginning of the season who let them down. It's all their fault.
Well,
Yeah,
look,
I'm
there's
talking to
no
you.
finger pointing here, Dave. All right. All right, so on to week 16 then. We need a new person for the Podverse the People picks. We have that person. It's a new person in. It's Richard, who's a Jags fan. Richard, welcome to the podcast, mate. How you doing?
I'm doing okay. It feels a bit of a cruel
Yeah.
week to be inviting me onto this podcast, being a I'm a Jags fan, but also my fantasy football team crashed out of the playoffs this week. So
Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
At least
Oh,
you made it. I didn't
I
even
had
make it
already
into the
mentally
playoffs.
moved on to next year in my American football interest. I was already trying to scrub all memory of this season from my mind.
we wanted to
And
try and
now I
pick a
have to
game where
think
you'd
about
win,
it
but
again.
yeah, we tried to finesse it, but you made it too difficult for us. Being a Jags fan, so we just thankfully got you for at least 1 week. So yeah, we want to pick all the games for week 16. See how you're doing that, because you might actually smash this one instead, Richard. It might have been you
Maybe.
lost the fantasy playoffs, so you could win at this. We're going to start with the Thursday night game, and that is the Denver Broncos at the LA Chargers AFC West matchup. Richard, as the special guest, mate, who are you picking, mate, and why?
I thought there were quite a few close matchups this week, but I've gone for the Broncos.
Ooh,
Good
Possibly to stop Dave being able to double down on it if he so desired. I think the Chargers are, of the two, I don't really trust either of the teams fully, given their match results so far. But the Broncos' defense seems slightly more like a real thing than the Chargers.
Oh, okay. Punk, you love both these teams?
I couldn't think of a better matchup to start the week, to be honest.
Yeah.
All you need is triple threat with the Chiefs in there as well, and then we really could blow the stadium up. But
Easy.
no, I'm thinking this is the Chargers' last chance. If they lose this, then they are pretty much going to be out of the playoffs, I
Well,
think.
no, there's still the 5 seed, I think, or maybe the
Yeah.
6 seed.
I
You don't
don't
want
think
to
they
risk
will
it.
I don't think they will be at the end of week 17 if they don't win this game.
Mhm.
I
So
think
for me,
their likelihood of that, they do the NFL do that silly percentage thing where they say you're 92% likely, which is all a load of nonsense.
yeah, I can make numbers say whatever I want them to as well. But
Hey man, it's what we do. It's working data. Yeah, I think the Chargers are in. I don't think we need to worry about that.
you
But you
reckon?
going Chargers? Yeah,
I'm going
fine.
Chargers anyway. I think they need to get right after that game last week. And yeah, so I'm going to pick the Chargers at home.
Dave?
Cool. Broncos, obviously.
Oh dear. Well, I've got Finn's picks here as well. Finn has gone for the Chargers, as have I, and Finn wants to double down.
Oh,
Double down.
I mean, it was a safe bet, in all honesty, that I was going to be picking the Broncos. So I can see
Yeah.
why he did that.
He's gone early. He's gone ugly early, but there we go. Another week where the Chargers get picked for the double down. Let's see if it works out for him. Let's move on then to December 21st.
it's your pick, Jim.
Oh, I said I got Chargers.
So
Oh, you've got Chargers. I must have
It's a
missed that.
3-2 split. Yeah, sorry, I jumped over it because I wanted to get to his double down. Let's do the two games on Saturday. The first one's at 6 o'clock. It's the Texans at the Chiefs. So, Dave.
I don't know.
No
in
one
all
knows.
honesty. I am going to go
I know.
Houston. I'm going to go Houston.
Okay.
Richard, you know, tell me what's going to
if
happen.
Richard knows, I'm going to get his pick now.
It's the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh,
He
They-
doesn't know.
They're good at winning football games.
He doesn't know. Don't listen to
yeah.
him.
Do you know if Mahomes is playing?
I forgot about that one, to be honest.
He's faking
Yes.
it. We've said this.
He'll play. There's no
But
way
should-
he's
should
not
he play?
playing.
Should he play?
Yes.
Yes.
Carson
More
Wentz
chance of him getting more
should
injured.
play. Punk, who are you picking then?
Well, it's Kansas in their nice black and white uniforms, isn't it? So yeah,
dear, here we go.
let's take Kansas at home.
Going for the Chiefs. Okay. Well, Finn's gone for the Chiefs. I've gone for the Texans. So me and Dave are on a 3-2 split there. No one's doubling down.
Nope.
No one's doubling down. Let's move on to the second game on Saturday, and that is at 9:30 p.m. for us, and it is the AFC North matchup of the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Baltimore Ravens. So, Punk, who are you going for?
Nice, easy smash mouth game. Exactly the type we like. You were lucky in that first game that Justin Tucker had forgotten how to kick. I don't think he's going to have that problem this week, so I'm going to go with Baltimore.
That's absolutely fine. Richard, who do you want in this game?
I've also gone for the Ravens. I think the home advantage this time round will flip the result in their favour.
Fair enough. Dave?
Yeah, I'm going Ravens. I think they're a bigger, better, stronger, nicer, more pleasant bunch of human beings.
And you love the colour purple.
Well, I am going for my Steelers, and Finn's also going to join me and pick the Steelers. So it's another 3-2 split. And we're going to move on to Sunday and the 6 o'clock slate. First one is the Giants at the Falcons. Oh, God. Richard, who do you want on this one?
It's the end of the M6 toll. A very expensive bridge. And I think it'll be absolutely hilarious if Michael Penix loses. So I'm going to go for the Giants.
Oh, okay. Punk.
I think they could probably play this game without a quarterback and still win it, to be honest. So I think Bijan Robinson gives the Giants all kinds of headaches. So I'm going Atlanta.
Okay. And Dave?
I'm going to go Falcons because anyone who's better than Danny DeVito or whoever the Giants are playing this week.
Yeah, okay. So me and Finn have gone for the Falcons. So, Richard, you are on an island there for the Giants, but I've seen stranger things happen.
I'm going to double down. Just decided on a whim.
All right.
So I'm going to go Falcons, double down, because the Giants suck.
Okay. I'm going to wait till the end. So next up, we've got
Standard.
the Arizona Cardinals at the Carolina Panthers. Dave, who do you want in this one?
Arizona Cardinals.
Cardinals.
Don't know why. No reason.
Brilliant. Punk?
Well, we all trusted the Panthers last week and they let us down. So
They
we
did.
really can't be certain which Carolina team turns up. So I think just the fact the Cardinals can show a modicum of consistency, I'll go with the Cardinals.
What he said, I agree. Same answer.
Richard?
Can we edit this so that it sounds like I've just said all the things Punk has said?
Yeah.
That happens more than you
I'm going for the Cardinals.
like to admit on this show.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to go on an island on this one.
Oh, risk taker.
Panthers have 2 wins at home and the Cardinals only 2 wins away. So something's got to give here. And I just want the Panthers. I know it's probably stupid, but I want the.
You might as well
Panthers to
double
win
it
that
down
game.
as well, Jim.
Well, I might as well not, because I'm not an idiot like Finn and going to be
Come on, be
browbeaten by
brave.
you two. Don't. You're dealing with an expert here, mate.
Do
I'm
you
not gonna be
any
listening to this.
sort of man you would.
Look, it's bad enough I'm going on an island, all right? Next up, we're going to go for the Lions, who are actually playing in Illinois this week, Punk. They're playing the Chicago Bears. So who do you want to pick in this one, Punk?
Who do I want to pick or who do I think?
Who are you going to pick? The Lions or the Bears?
I want to pick the Lions. I think, let's be honest, that offense, even with the defense being all banged up and mainly out of commission, I think they've got the ability to just put points on the board whenever needed. So I think they'll comfortably beat the Bears.
Richard?
Very similar reasoning. I think the Lions can score 40 points when they want to. The question is, can the other team? And I don't think the Chicago Bears can score 40 points.
That's a fair point. Dave? Any dissent?
No, the offensive line for the Bears is terrible. I think they'll get manhandled like a YouTuber fighting a real boxer. I don't think there's a chance that they win.
Okay, so it's actually a sweep for the Lions. Both me and Finn have gone for the Lions as well. So, AFC North time, the Browns at the Bengals. Dave, who are you going
Bengals, because the Browns are trash and give the ball away far too much. I don't care how bad the Bengals defense is. They're still going to get 5 turnovers because that's what the Browns do.
Punk?
It's the lesser version of the game before, really. The Bengals can put points on the board. The Browns will not keep up. Therefore, the Bengals will win the game, regardless of how well or how badly those defenses play.
Yeah, I don't care what universe we live in. It's still Joe Burrow versus Jameis Winston in reality. Come on.
It's Dorian Thompson-Robinson, actually.
I was going to say...
Jameis Winston's out.
Even worse.
So,
Richard.
I was backing the Browns until I saw that Jameis Winston is out.
Oh, why did you do that, Jim?
But I'm afraid... I already knew. Some of us have done our research, Dave. Come on.
No, I haven't done any
Research?
research. We all know that. Research. He's a linebacker.
The curtain's been pulled back.
He's a linebacker for the Steelers, and he research.
Oh dear. Anyway, okay, all right. So
but I'm going for the Bengals, to be clear.
Yeah. So it's another sweep there. All of us have gone for the Bengals over the Browns. Fair enough. Right. So then we've got AFC South matchup of the Titans at the Colts. I'm going straight back to Richard. Who do you want?
I think we've got another quarterback change, and I think Mason Rudolph is
You think he'd be starting?
bringing it home
Yes,
for
to-
Christmas. And I think the Colts are just a bit sad because they dropped that ball on the line and
I did.
are still just kind of feel a bit too sad. And the Tennessee Titans are going to enjoy going against a division rival who looks a bit sad
Okay.
and forget about tanking
just-
for whatever they
Just to
need in a
sum up,
draft.
just to sum up,
Depressing Christmas.
the Colts are just a bit sad, is what you're saying.
Yeah. You're really going to look by
Forlorn.
Dolphins 49ers analysis later on.
Yeah.
Dave, got anything you're going for?
I think the Colts only get beat by fantastic teams, obviously. I mentioned in the last pod that I really thought there was going to be a reaction during the game to that ball dropped on the line, and there wasn't. So I'm going to hang my hat on there being a reaction in this game. I think the Colts can and probably should win. But Rudolph looked all right in the last game. I don't know. Conflicted. Yeah, I'm going to go Tennessee.
Right.
Tennessee. It'll be
Okay.
close.
Punk?
Yeah, this is one of those nasty games with inconsistent teams and quarterbacks that haven't played most of the season. And yeah, I'm going to go with the Colts. I think there will be a reaction to last week. I guess I don't really know why. Just gut feel.
Finn,
Depends
I
which
agree with you.
version. Depends which version of the Colts you get. You know.
Yeah. I'm backing them at home to have a bit of a response. And Finn's joining me on that one as well. So it's 3-2, 3 for the Colts, 2 for Titans. Then we've got the Rams at the Jets. This shouldn't take too long. Punk?
Rams. Don't care about west to east. Don't care what the weather is. Rams are just a better football team than the Jets.
Richard,
Agree.
you had to face the mighty New York Jets just last week. Are they going to beat the Rams?
The mighty Devontae Adams in 4 minutes will not do enough, and I think the Rams will still.
Fair enough.
The Rams' offense against the Jets' defense at the moment, I think it's Rams all the way.
Dave?
Rams.
Well,
I just
okay,
think
right.
I just think they're better in every department.
Yeah, it's a sweep. Then we've got the Eagles at the Commanders, NFC East battle there. Richard, go to you first.
I think this one's hard. I've gone for the Eagles. I don't really know why.
Well, they're on a long streak of wins, so that helps.
I mean, that does help. But the vibes are all weird in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
But not so bad that I think that they'll throw it away at this point. Whereas the Commanders seem to be just trailing off a little bit, so we'll stick with the Eagles.
Okay. We better go to Mr. Part-Time Commander and Punk Raider.
I think if honestly, if the Commanders had beaten the Saints more convincingly last week, I'd be more tempted to go with them this week at home. Philly, that defense is ridiculously good. They can run the ball, they can pass the ball. You know, there's no real part of their game that's weak at the minute. And I think after the first game they had this season, the Eagles handled that Commanders offense quite easily. So I'm going to go Philly as well.
Right. And Dave?
I think this game is won in the trenches. I think the Eagles will, if the Eagles can handle the Steelers in the trenches, I think they'll be fine against Commodores. So I think it'll be fine. Eagles whole
So
way.
you're going to be Eagles. Right. It puts me on an island because I'm going for the Commanders. Finn's gone for the Eagles. So I guess we'll see what we'll see.
Don't move off that. I want to know why. Give me a little
Why?
bit of, yeah, give me some juice.
Well, I just think that it was such a big game for the Eagles to win that game against us.
Not really.
It was.
Beat a second-rate
Average.
team.
I just think they're going to take their eye off the ball a little bit. That's all I think it is. I think they have it in them to just kind of just mess up a game.
It's
and
not usual.
And they got a good opponent here. Usually they just look over the Commanders because they're dross, but this season's different. The Commanders, after that Titans win, when they smashed the Titans, was a bit of a get right game. They just got a good win against the Saints. You know, they made it a good game, and I think that they can actually get this win and probably win out for the Commanders the last 3 games. I think for the Eagles, they could do with a loss. They've had too many wins in a row now. They need one loss just to sharpen them up before the playoffs. Smack the Cowboys and the Giants around in their last 2 games, and then go into the playoffs still.
Yeah, but surely
On a
Philly
high.
want home field advantage in the playoffs, so they're not
Well,
going
they
to
might
take
want it.
the ball
They might
that
want
much
it, but I don't
because
think. All I can say is what I think is going to happen. I think this is one of those games where something weird's going to happen, and I actually do fancy the Commanders to pull out a win. So
Things go
There we
badly
go.
in the playoffs for that team. I'm not sure home advantage is necessarily an advantage, in all
True.
honesty.
it's not. It really isn't. Let's do the 9:05 game, and that is the Vikings at the Seahawks. Punk.
tricky, bit of a coin flip game. This one, you ordinary minds would think, the Vikings fairly consistent, winning games reasonably comfortably after a little bit of a blip. I just don't trust them outdoors, and I'm not sure that Seattle's the kindest place for Sam Darnold to go at the minute. So I'm going to pick Seattle.
Okay. Okay. Dave.
If you cut me, I bleed purple. So I'm going to go Vikings.
Right.
Listen, I've been on the Vikings since the very beginning of the season. I said they'd be a playoff
You
team.
have.
I'm not straying away from that. I think they've been excellent.
Richard.
I've gone to the Seahawks. They like to pass
Okay.
the ball. The Vikings like to let teams pass the ball.
Yeah.
They don't like to let teams score touchdowns at the end of it.
hmm
Bend and don't break, innit?
Yeah.
It is. But if they can bend enough to give up enough field goals.
I think the
just
only question
seeing-
for me really is whether Gino's fit or not.
Yeah. If Sam Howell's going, then
If Sam Howell's going, then that might
Uh,
change my thinking. But
Oh, it would definitely change my thinking.
Yeah, Sam Howell does not look like an athlete.
it looks like Gino's practicing, so
I think he'll probably.
I think he'll probably play. So hence why I went Seahawks.
Yeah, I mean, the Vikings are such a roll at the moment. 7 wins in their last 7 games. So I'm going to go for the Vikings. Finn's going for the Seahawks. So we've got a 3-2 split, and the Seahawks have the majority vote on that one. Okay, so there's a couple of games at 9:25. The first of which is AFC East. It's the Patriots at the Bills. I'm just going to ask: is anyone going for the Patriots?
Nope.
No.
No.
Excellent. Okay, right. Not a trap game there, just a smack game for the Bills. So, 49ers at the Dolphins. Punk.
You keep coming to me with the ones I'm not sure on, which is annoying because I want to hear other people's arguments first. However, are the 49ers mathematically out the playoffs yet? They're not, are they?
No, they're not mathematically out
They,
of the
they've
playoffs, but
still got this like 1% chance.
they're out of the playoffs. They're out.
But I can't trust Miami either.
Yeah.
This is kind of a team of 2 teams that don't want to make the playoffs.
hmm
So I'm going to pick San Francisco.
Yes, we know why.
Why?
Because you love them.
Yeah, you do love them.
Just because I remember watching Joe Montana and Jerry Rice doesn't mean that I
Joe
support
Montana, Brock Purdy, it's basically the same thing, right? I'm going to do the one thing that has served me sensationally well throughout all of this season.
flip a coin.
Not the coin toss.
Coin time. So Dolphins
It's
heads.
got tails. No, Dolphins got a tail.
Dolphins
You
got a
dumbass.
tail.
It's my
I mean,
choice.
they don't have a head.
Yeah, yeah. All Dolphins are completely
49ers
headless.
got both got heads, but only the Dolphins got a tail.
Dolphins are heads because they're home. 49ers are tails, and it is a head. There you go.
So it's Dolphins.
That was a stupid idea, but there you go.
Was it? Richard, your pick.
So this was my matchup of the 2 teams who are just feeling a bit sad,
Yeah.
having been looked like maybe they could sneak to the playoffs, and now I don't think they're sneaking in.
Can you travel further? Technically, you suppose Seattle. Yeah, sorry, I was just
Seattle
thinking
to
away games.
anywhere.
Yeah, yeah.
I travel what?
Again, across the country.
Sorry, carry on.
So my question is who will react best to being sad, Mike McDaniel or Kyle Shanahan? And Kyle Shanahan just looks too tortured. I'm going with Mike McDaniel to manage to pull out a fake smile for a week and bring home a win for the Dolphins.
Okay,
Could be
okay.
worse. Could be Josh McDaniel.
Yes. It's yeah, that could be worse. So it means that Punk's on Island. Both me and Finn have gone for the Dolphins. So yeah, going for the home
Wasn't
team.
expecting that.
Well, what are you supposed to? You got to pick one of them. So
No, I just wasn't expecting everyone to pick the Dolphins. I think it's a genuinely close game.
it probably will be. Then the other game we've got is the Jaguars at the Raiders. Step right up for this one, Dave. As the only impartial person here, who are you going for?
I mean, you're impartial. You
Well,
could technically.
I can't ask myself first.
I'm not really impartial, am I? Let's be honest.
Okay,
I'm going to
you
go
don't
with
like that.
Jags just because they play in nicer kit.
Behave. What's wrong with you, nicer
That mustard
kid?
kit. I don't know about that. But,
Yeah,
It's the only thing I can say to hurt him.
What on
Is it?
earth are you
Is
talking
it
about?
anything?
Pretty much.
What kit are they playing in this week? I don't
I
keep
think it's
track.
the Jags mustard one. I'm pretty sure.
No, they're not.
The teal
Anyway.
kit. Teal kit's top tier. It's up there with purple.
It's not.
I liked the old school one they wore last week. I like that retro one. Richard, how about you? Are you going for your own team, or are you going against your own team?
So having gone from the teams that are just both sad, I mean, both of these teams are sad as well, but the Jags do whatever it takes to make me feel the most sad. I'm not actually interested in tanking for a good draft position next year because that doesn't matter to our future prospects because we'll just pick whoever has the longest arms. But I am interested in Trent Baalke getting fired, and I think we need to make sure we lose all those games to make sure that happens. And I think we're just going to weirdly win our final 3 games. So I'm going with the Jags.
Wow!
Did you bring me on for
3
deep,
wins? No,
analytical?
That's what we want. That's exactly what we want from someone that on to when they get to their team. You know them more than we do. So
that is analytics driven by emotion. That's what that is. That's pure analytics by emotion, which we love.
Stick it in a Myers-Briggs test.
Yeah.
And Punk.
If you want to see analytics driven by emotion, I'm picking the Jags as well.
Of course you are. You want that number 1 spot.
I want that number 1 pick.
10 straight losses in a row for the Raiders. No Max. Desmond Ridder under center.
No defense. No Hobbs.
Jesus.
Desmond Ridder.
Yeah, it's a perfect storm. It's a sweep for the Jags.
Yeah.
No one can touch the Raiders in the picks, at least. So the Sunday night game is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Dallas Cowboys. Dave?
Bucks. I can't go with the Cowboys. I think they're rubbish. See the last 5 weeks worth of podcasts where I've done nothing but slag them off. You don't need to listen to me do that anymore.
No. Richard?
Cowboys have looked a little bit feisty, and the Bucks have a funny tendency to not always be at the best, but I'm going Bucks still.
Okay. And Punk?
Yeah, Bucks. I don't think this is too much of a question, to be honest. I think the Bucks are playing well. I think they're confident. I think the Cowboys are just literally playing out the season now. So,
yeah, I mean, it's a sweep. I mean, the Cowboys are going to be the underdogs the last 3 games, and there's a reason for that. The Monday night game, it's the New Orleans Saints at the Green Bay Packers. Richard, as our special guest, please play us out. Who are you going for, mate?
Well, I'm going with the future Super Bowl contender, Green Bay Packers.
Getting your quarterback. Okay.
Which year are we talking?
Wait.
This year, Green Bay Packers, they're going to the Super Bowl.
Joking.
They're not going to win it, but they're going to be there.
No. Well, if they do, it's an easy AFC win then.
Yeah.
Lose to the Broncos. Dave.
Just checking you're paying attention.
If there's ever a Super Bowl I don't want to watch.
Yeah.
No, Chiefs Packers. No, I'd say Chiefs versus 49ers is one I don't want to watch because we've seen it far too often.
That's true.
Dave, let's get you done because Punk will moan that I came to
I'm
first.
going to agree with everyone else who is going to lock out and go for the Packers because no one's choosing the opposite.
Oh, okay. Punk, you're going to be contrarian?
Saints outdoors in Green Bay. You having a laugh?
I heard Saints. I'm doubling down on the Packers. Thanks.
No, yeah.
Shall I check the weather? Hang on.
I'm taking the Packers. I am actually
the weather.
just looking at the weather now, but
-2.
I can guarantee it won't be sunny.
No, it's -2.
There you go. Yeah, Packers. Thank you.
It's a sweep for the
Of
Packers.
course it is.
Okay, so we've got 3 teams that haven't picked their double downs yet. Me, Richard, and Punk. So it's that time, Richard. We'll look back and see all the games where we've got some disagreement. So you could do the Chiefs over the Texans.
That's where
You
I'm
could do
going.
the Ravens over Steelers.
Do the Broncos over Chargers if you really wanted to.
Cardinals over
I
Panthers.
don't believe that strongly in the Broncos.
I don't
but-
blame you.
I will go for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Okay.
Double
Double down.
I don't want to,
Super Bowl
but,
champions. Okay. That's fine. Punk, have you made a decision?
I'll take my Ireland pick. I'll go with the 49ers.
Wow.
Double down.
Crazy.
That is crazy.
Nah, it's not. I said it was a close game. I'll flip for it as well. I'm going to say it's crazy.
I'm really
Come on,
edging
James.
towards the Vikings on this one. Even
Good
though
lads.
3 of you have gone for the Seahawks.
I mean,
I'm thinking that way.
technically, if you were any sort of a bloke, bearing in mind that
Here we go.
Punk's just gone for his Ireland pick, you should
Punk
do
can
the
do what he
same with the
wants.
Commanders. I'm just saying.
Punk's his own man.
You
I'm
should.
going
I don't want to be forced onto that Giants island.
Oh,
I
yeah,
am
forgot
man
about
enough
that.
to not be pushed onto an island.
Exactly.
No
Exactly.
man is an island, Jim. You do what you want.
I
Thank
am.
you. Thank you. I'm going for the Vikings.
Count.
So there we go.
Come on, Seahawks.
All right. Says the man that jumped on the Falcons pick over the Giants. All right. Just pipe down, Dave. All right. There we go. Those are all the games done. Richard, thank you so much for coming and doing the pod, mate. And I really do hope your Jags win the last 3 games as well.
I really, really don't. But I've had a very nice time. Thank you for having me.
Excellent. Take care,
You're
mate.
more than
Speak to you
welcome to
soon.
come back.
Cheers, Richard.
There we go.
Okay, so there you have it. Week 16 done. Already now. Just have to put up your Christmas tree, turn on the lights,
Put up your
eat
Christmas
12,
tree.
eat 12 mince pies. What?
Your tree should have been up for at
Yeah.
least 2 weeks.
I'm just
Bloody
saying,
hell.
if someone hasn't,
We had our Christmas tree up before John Lewis.
People-
Jesus, we've had ours
people
up
have
for
been busy,
months.
all right? Not everyone can just lie around and
You
not,
know, there's one
putting
more
up Christmas
thing.
trees in their spare time.
It's the feature that everyone loves. It's Ashton Genty Watch.
Go on then.
So the only thing he's done this week has obviously not been a game, but he did finish second in the Heisman Trophy voting, which I think for someone from Boise State needs a bit of a call out. First was Travis Hunter. If you don't know who Travis Hunter is, go and look it up because he's going first, second, or third overall in the draft. Dude plays cornerback and wide receiver and plays over 100 snaps a game. He's pretty amazing. And so Aston Genty came second in the Heisman Trophy result.
You think Travis Hunter's going in the top 3?
Yeah.
I feel
I'm
another
not
hat
putting a
bet
bet on
coming
it. I'm
on.
not putting a bet on that.
I feel a hat bet coming on.
No, because what happens every single year is people get quarterback hungry. And there's only really 2 quarterbacks who are going early.
Yeah, he's not going third.
I won't be so sure.
Well, look, all right.
I'm not gonna bet on it.
But there's no guarantee that we're going to
Oh.
go quarterback anyway. To be honest.
The problem is that he wants to play wide receiver and everyone wants him to play cornerback. The
No,
reason
he wants
being
to play
is-
both.
well, he wants to play both, but he's not going to be able to play both in the NFL. He's going to have
Raiders
to
are just
be,
about crazy
he's gonna
enough to
have
let
to-
him do it.
he's
so.
going to have to be predominantly one. He's going to have to play one full time with a smattering of the other, and he wants to be paid as a wide receiver, so that's where he wants to play.
Well, of course he
Wouldn't you?
does.
Yeah, exactly. The problem is he's a better cornerback than he is wide receiver, so it's going to be tricky. But listen, it is what it is. We'll see what the Jags choose to play.
Well, if you can convince his girlfriend to tell him what to do, then it should
She
be all
was
right.
not happy. She was not happy. Did you see the pictures? So Punk for
Do more
you,
than that, mate.
he's
That's
so he was taking photos with lots of fans. Now some of the fans happened to be of the female persuasion, and she weren't too happy, mate. She was scathing. So yeah, get rid of her, mate.
We're not going down that rabbit hole today, but yeah. So there we go. Ashton Genty Watch failing to win the Heisman. It's been a weak year for.
It's not failing to
Heisman.
win. It's coming second. There's
All
no,
right,
there's
yeah,
no shame
first of
in
the
second.
losers. All right, fine.
There's no shame in second. Look at the picks. First the worst, second the best, isn't it? They used to say.
Oh, is
It's a
that how we're grading it now?
throwback to the 80s, isn't it?
Congratulations. We'll be back next week to review a lot of these games. They'll be spread out and everything, but we'll get them all done. But until next week, I've been Jim. That's been Punk Radio. That's been Never Dave. Thank you very much for listening.
Happy Christmas.